Hey everyone, it's Geoff Gooch and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you the top 10 steps to buying a new construction house. If you're looking to buy something like a D.R. Horton, Lennar, or even a home being built from a local builder in your area, this video is for you. So let's get into it. Step 1. The first step to buying a new construction home is to get pre-approved for a home loan now. Now you may be thinking, Geoff, I get it. I need to figure out how much I can afford. Yes, but it's so much more than that when you're considering buying a new construction. As you tour new construction homes, you may hear about a preferred lender. Oftentimes, builders have preferred lenders that they're going to push you to work with. Now, I'm going to encourage you to do the best thing for you financially and shop around for your mortgage. Just because the builder has a preferred lender doesn't necessarily mean that that lender is going to offer you the best financing terms. So you're still going to want to shop around for a mortgage. Now, keep in mind, you can use all of your same common loan types when you're buying a new construction home. This is not a custom home. You don't have to go out and get a construction loan. You can look at things like a VA loan, FHA loan, USDA loan, or even a conventional loan for a purchase on a new construction. Now, the last thing I want to mention is kind of an insider secret. Keep in mind that as soon as you go under contract, a lender is going to want you to lock in your interest rate depending on the timeline of when your home is going to be completed. Now, if it's a new construction, that may exceed a 30-day rate lock period, so you want to ask your lender if they have extensions on rates for new construction homes, and if that's something that's included with your loan, or if that could come at an extra cost to you. There's no reason for you to be paying extra money to lock in your rate for your home being built. Ask your lender if they have a float down rate option. If you do lock in your rate while you're under contract and your home is being built, rates were to drop, they would allow you to take on that new lower interest rate. A lot of times when you're locked in with a lender, they may not allow you to do so, or they may charge you fees to drop down to that lower rate. So definitely look into a rate float. The second step is to hire a realtor to represent you. The main reason that this is important is because if you were to walk into a model home in a new construction community and talk to the agent that's sitting in there, that agent represents the builder. Now, in most cases, they're not there to represent you and your interests alone. That doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't work with that agent, but just keep that in mind that they would be a dual agent if you did decide to work with them. One of the big advantages of working with a realtor when you decide to purchase a new construction home is not only do realtors know how to guide you through the process to make sure that you don't go astray, but they also may know of communities or developments that you haven't heard of that might fit your price point and exactly what you're looking for. So you can always rely on your agent's knowledge of new construction to help you out with your home search. Now keep in mind that usually working with this buyer's agent doesn't come at any additional cost to you, since typically builders will pay for the realtor's commission once you're pre-approved. Now step 3. Now that you've hired an agent to walk through the home buying process with you, the next step is to start house hunting. This is the most fun part, but I want you to keep 2 big things in mind. Number 1, as you're house hunting, make sure that you or your agent is asking builders what the expected timeline of completion is for these new construction homes. Keep in mind, if they haven't already received their certificate of occupancy, that process could take longer than 30 days for them to finish. So it's definitely important for things like I mentioned earlier when you're discussing rate lock with your lender. Additionally, you'll want to keep in mind that model homes you may look at are upgraded versions of these homes. When you walk into a model home, it's the builder's entire desire to sell you on that home and the lifestyle their community is going to offer you. This is a great thing. It's not necessarily bad, but do keep in mind these are upgraded homes. They may have accent walls, they may have upgraded lighting packages, or I've even seen upgraded landscaping, just to name a few. But keep in mind the home that you see as the model may not be exactly what your home is, even if you buy the same floor plan, unless you choose to pay for those upgrades. Once you find a home that you like, your next step is going to be making an offer. Step 4. Now keep in mind, this is a little bit different than when you're buying a resale house. Typically, when builders list their homes for sale, the home price that they are advertising is what they expect to get. So you may not need to offer above list price in order to get the home. But on top of this, builders may be expecting you to put a certain dollar amount down as earnest money, so just keep that in mind. Of course, this earnest money will be applied to your purchase when you close on the house, when you make an offer on a home. Just know there might be 2 sets of contracts you have to sign. Of course, there's the normal state contracts you'd use in any situation when you're buying a house, but the builder may also have builder-specific contracts they ask you to sign, so just make sure to read those over carefully in addition to the state contracts. In addition, the contracts will outline your inspection period, as well as how changes to the home would be handled if you desire to make them. Now, If you're ready to get your hands on one of these and buy a new home for yourself, make sure to check out the link below in the description, and I'll help you to get connected with a new construction home here in the Lafayette area or anywhere in the country. As you learn from this video, there's lots of hoops to jump through and definitely some pro tips that you can learn from your agent along the way to help get you that new construction home. Step 5. The next step is to get a home inspection. Keep in mind, you may not do the home inspection right after going under contract, because you might want the home to be a little more completed by the time you do your inspection. But there are a few things you're going to want to look out for, and a home inspector will know exactly how to inspect a brand new construction home. The main thing I want you to know, even as someone who builds new construction homes, is that not even a brand new home is ever perfect. So don't be alarmed if there are things found in your home inspection. Keep in mind, a builder is not always going to be present inside the house when their subcontractors are working. Also keep in mind that city inspectors don't go around and check every single outlet or light switch to make sure it works before passing an inspection. So these are all things that your home inspector will look at, and it's definitely worth the money, even on a new construction. Buying a new construction home is super exciting. It's a fairly easy process, pretty much the same as buying a resale home, but don't get too excited and cause a headache for your builder, which is step 6. If you go under contract on a new construction home, don't be going to the job site every single day. Oh, now it's reasonable to be excited and go a few times during your transaction, but don't be a stalker and go every single day. Not only will your realtor thank you, but also the contractors who are working on your house are trying to get the work done. Step 7. After you have that home inspection, you'll want to go ahead, just like if you were to purchase a resale home, and put together a punch list of repair items. Sure, there probably won't be much, but you will need to turn in a list so the builder knows what you'd like to have fixed or touched up prior to your closing date. Typically, these will be wrapped up a few days beforehand so that you can do your final walkthrough once you have done the inspection. Now, we're at step 8. About 2 to 3 weeks out from closing on your home, you'll want to let the lender know that you can have the home appraised. Don't order your appraisal too early, though. If the appraiser goes out to the home and he or she sees there's no floors installed yet, or maybe there's no light switch covers or handrails, they're going to add those as necessary items that have to be completed prior to your closing on this house. And of course, if they have to come out and check for those items prior to closing again, there's going to be an extra charge for that. So make sure that your appraisal doesn't get ordered too early. Step 9. One of the last things you'll do as a buyer is secure home insurance. The great thing about buying a new construction is usually your home insurance premiums are lower than if you were to buy a resale home because everything's new. And if there's anything that insurance adjusters love, it's when you have a brand new roof. They're going to help keep those premiums nice and low. The day before closing, or even maybe a few days before, you'll come back to check the house and do a final walkthrough. This is when it gets very exciting. By this point, your loan is probably clear at close, and you were just coming through the home to check to make sure everything's been completed on your punch list. The last step of buying your new construction home is going to be step 10. Closing. Now, depending on the state that you live in, you may either be headed to an attorney's office or a title company for closing. Here in Indiana, it's a title company. You're going to sign a bunch of documents, and you'll bring your money to cover your closing costs and your down payment. Keep in mind, it is your right to choose your title company or closing attorney, so don't feel pressured to use the title company that's preferred by your realtor or your builder. You can choose whoever you want for this process. Now, if you've made it through these 10 steps, you have officially bought your new construction home. This is a very exciting time. You can work on activating those utilities, bringing in all your personal items, and making your new construction home hopefully look just like the model. If you have any additional questions about buying a new construction home, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. And of course, if this all sounds great to you and you can't wait to get your hands on a new construction home yourself, check out the link in my description and I can help you get matched with an agent who specializes in new homes in the area, or I can help you out here in Lafayette, Indiana, in the greater Lafayette area to help purchase a new construction home. Again, I'm Geoff Gooch with the Russell Company, powered by App Properties.